Hello to you all, my name is Ade. Today I'm going to be showing you how to implement a dynamic search functionality in Laravel. So what we are going to do is when we type anything here in this input, we got some results. That's the idea. So first I've created a small HTML page here with the top nav. You can find this code in the description. There is a form here called there is a form and an input, search input. I've created also a div called with the class result where I will put all of my results. Of course it is empty for the moment. Now you can find this style and the link in description. So I will start writing my script code here. So input, we're gonna put an event listener on the input. This event listener is kup function console log like this. So once we write anything here, we're gonna console it in the console. So as you can see, once I write anything here, I got the result in the bottom. So I will test if the input value is not empty, because we need some data. We don't want the user to let this input empty. So once it is empty, I'm just write console log empty. Now in the else statement where we are going to work, we will call the Ajax function. Ajax. So as long as we are working in Laravel, there is a line of code that we have to write. We have this line of code allow Laravel to know that you are dealing with a JSON. You are dealing with an Ajax request. So all what you have to do is to copy paste this line of code here. Then you can write the rest of Ajax parameters, type and URL and data. Now the type is the post. The URL, I've created a new URL called search here. I will show you what we are going to do with this URL on the web.php page. Now the data, I'm going to create a variable called cube. This variable is the input var. Now in this success function, we are going to convert the data type. As long as we are dealing with JSON, we are dealing with Ajax, so we are getting the JSON format, so we have to convert it. I'm going to create a variable called objects JSON parse data. This function allows me to convert the data type. So I'm going to create also a variable called output. I'm going to let it empty for the moment. Now we need a for loop here. We're going to extract all the data that it is in the object and display it as an HTML content and put it inside this div. So we're going to use the for loop here. For e less than objects length e plus plus brackets. Now output, each time we're gonna increment it. So we will take each element of the object and add it to the output. So add it as an a tag, as a link. So here I'm gonna close the link tab. Now objects, and the index I and name. Why we are using name? Because if we write the data here, let me show you console log data, you would see why we are doing this. Now I'm going to display this content into the div with the class result HTML output. Now before we do this, let me show you the web PHP form. We have created the route code search with the type post. As long as we are sending a post request, so we have to declare a variable with the type request. This is the variable. This variable request contains the queue variable that we have sent. I have stored it into this variable. Now I've created a variable called names, and this is the Laravel SQL syntax. You can use it. So all you have to do is to write this db select. Then here you can write your select query, SQL query. Sorry, this is a simple SQL query. Then we send this array as a JSON encode. So we have sent it. Do not forget to use the eliminate HTTP request, so the Laravel will recognize the type of request. So come back here as long as we have sent it a JSON format here. So we have to convert it in this line. Then for each move element we add it to the output here, objects point name. Let me show you 1 second. I think that there is an error here. jQuery internal server error. So where is the error here? I think that the error is in the meta tag or something like that. Search. I'm going to use this search like this. And once we type something, we got an error. Console log data var output. This is an internal error server, so I assume that the error is in here. Doesn't matter, we're gonna find this solution. So I think that the error was here. I have typed search, so it says search. So let me refresh this page. Now once we write something, as you can see, we got the E tag. What I wanted to show you is this dictionary here. Each time we write something in this input, we got a new dictionary, because that's what we are supposed to do. But as you can see here, it contains a bunch of variables, and each variable has an attribute called name. That's why we write the name here. So if you have, for example, an attribute called class or ID, all what you have to do is to write ID here. So as you can see, it works now, because I have these names here: Daniel, Kyle, Ortez, John, Theo, Marco. Now once I write, for example, 1 letter, I got a lot of results. So that was the tutorial of today. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in other tutorials. Thank you.